What starts as a simple connection turns into something far darker. One man slowly loses control of reality as love turns into obsession, and everyone around him starts paying the price. This is obsession, and it spirals out of control fast. The story follows Bear, a quiet and emotionally distant man who appears normal on the surface, but internally struggles with loneliness and attachment issues. Everything changes when he meets Nikki Freeman, a woman who brings attention, warmth, and excitement into his life for the first time in a long while. At first, it feels innocent. Just conversations, just small moments, just curiosity. But for Bear, it quickly becomes something much deeper. It becomes fixation. He starts watching her routines, tracking her presence online, and finding excuses just to stay close to her world. What he believes is love slowly becomes obsession. As time passes, Bear's behavior becomes more intense and unpredictable. People around Nikki start noticing strange patterns. Friends begin to distance themselves. Certain people in her life suddenly disappear without clear explanation. But Bear never appears threatening in public. He is calm, polite, even helpful. That's what makes him dangerous. Because behind that controlled exterior, his mind is constantly spiraling. He stops sleeping properly. He stops separating reality from emotion. And he starts believing Nikki belongs in his life, no matter what she wants. One night, Bear discovers something that breaks his mental stability. Nikki is planning to move on, emotionally and physically, stepping away from him completely. For Bear, this feels like abandonment, not rejection, but loss. Something inside him snaps. The obsession shifts. It is no longer about being close to her, it becomes about control. If he cannot keep her willingly, he begins to believe he must keep her by force or manipulation. Nikki finally starts to realize something is wrong. The small coincidences in her life are not random. The people disappearing from her circle are not accidents, and the constant feeling of being watched is real. Everything points back to one person, Bear. When she confronts him, the truth finally comes out. Bear insists everything he did was out of love, that he was protecting their connection, that he was meant to be part of her life. But Nikki sees it clearly now. This was never love. It was possession. The confrontation escalates emotionally as Nikki tries to break free from his control, while Bear struggles to accept that his version of reality is collapsing. By the end, everything built between them completely falls apart. Trust is gone. Relationships around them are destroyed, and Bear is left facing the consequences of his actions. But what makes the story unsettling is how gradual it all felt. Nothing happened instantly. It started with attention, then fixation, then control, until there was nothing left except obsession. And that is what makes the story so disturbing. It feels believable. That's the story of Obsession, a reminder that not all love stories stay innocent. Some slowly turn into something much darker. If you enjoyed this recap, subscribe for more movie breakdowns, psychological thrillers, and story recaps. The next one gets even more intense.